Well, I can really see why Jesus said, don't judge. We get everything so wrong. So I haven't been doing videos. I'm not well. I'm in worse shape than ever. It's some kind of bone disease now. And it started in my big bones, my legs or my arms, or my elbows or my knees. But now it's in the little bones as well, and my fingers. If I try to flick a light or even, it just feels like they're breaking. You know, when you have to lay still for a while to stop the pain, then your body goes stiff, and then you try to get up and all this crack, have you ever crack all your bones? Well, it feels like broken bones. It's the damnedest thing I've ever felt. It's torture. And I feel very strongly it's 5G towers, it's microwave energy, it's smart energy. Although I know my neighbors are fine, they don't seem to be having the same health issues I am having. So I've always felt like medicine has always targeted me. Yeah, it happened again the last time in 2017 in British Columbia anyway, where they literally tried to murder me by suicide. Only I wasn't crazy, and they were. It was the most insane 30 hours of my life. And, the medical community, you have to know that they go into school with a model already set up for them to learn, memorize. It's not something they do any research on. They introduce characters like Darwin, Einstein, Freud, and they don't, if they question, any of the research, they don't pass the grade. And so it's only the blind obedient ones. Their ego for being a doctor, wearing a costume, making the big pay, is far grander than healing anybody by that point. And I've known my whole life that medicine was evil. The first pap smear I had was rape, if you ask me, and any other little girl. But you're conditioned in your mind. You just go along and this will save your life. You won't get cervical cancer. You need these pap smears regularly. But suddenly they stop when you're 45 years old. Suddenly I didn't need any anymore. I said, doctor, don't I need a pap smear? No, at your age we don't need them anymore. Really? It's all designed to torture and profit from us. And the doctors, the good doctors and the trained medical people don't have a clue what they're doing. And the only thing we can hope for is a mass consciousness to the satanic administration that has set up models, not just in medicine, but in law. I studied criminology. We didn't research, figure out how criminal minds work. No, we studied forefathers. And they were already established. And they always have big titles. And they have, peace prizes and things that wow. That's another thing Jesus said. Don't worship idol stars. Those are idol stars that you just blindly believe. Believe it. Oh, okay, well, I got to write this down and memorize it. And that's how people become completely neuro-linguistically programmed to work for the satanic administration. And that's why we're seeing the majority falling in lockstep with it. They don't know how to question anything. They're not allowed since daycare. I was looking at these fires in Maui and British Columbia and Paradise and Santa Rosa, all over the place, and notice how they're leaving all this white ash. You notice how it's melting metal and leaving trees. Well, the trees are burnt from the inside out. Well, what kind of forest fire does that? And I was thinking, I remember in the beginning of all this when I was downloaded with the extreme tyranny in the world and historic tyranny in our world with the media, that nothing's true. Nothing. It never has been. But then I saw this video by Anthony Steele, and he was taking, this was in the very beginning, like probably 2018, 19, and he was taking this tower apart. It's one of the big towers up there. And he said, see, there's no communication wiring in here. This is for this is microwave energy. And I didn't clue in at the time. Well, what does that mean, microwave energy? But he made it clear it wasn't for communications, for cell phone towers. And then last week, there was a guy did a video where he opened up 5G phones, and he proved there's no 5G chip in these phones. And 5G is just a cover story. It's not a communication tower. It's probably the dew tower. It's probably what's causing these smart cities to turn to ash. And I don't want fear with it, but I need people to be able to look at what reality is around us. And the positive thinkers who refuse to look at people who are suffering or the world at large, raping, robbing, and murdering humanity, and won't stand up for God, for consciousness of love. Won't stand up for that. They get blingy-eyed about these billionaires, and you see them on TV all day long. You see that they're like pitting one against the other all the time, like Trump and Biden. Now it's stars like Oprah Winfrey is mad at Tom Hanks, and let's look at this wedding, and let's go see what these two are doing. And they always get you to pick one or the other. They're keeping your brain stupid. Pick this one or that one, otherwise you're out of it. And they control everything alternative too, even a naturopath, health medicine. That's all a scam, just as much as a profit. If it's for profit, it's not for healing. You have to know that. People stop somewhere along the line thinking about what they're doing, and they are focused on the money. And that was another warning of Jesus. This money chargers, these rabbis were charging monies to widows who came to them for solace in their grief. While wearing fine clothes of silk, they'd take her money. And this is how we are removed from our own conscience and God within. So I don't fear anything. It's just I don't want to suffer. And I don't know if what my condition is going to kill me. I don't know. It's just really bad right now. And on the other hand, I'm very empathetic. I could be feeling the pain of the world. This has happened to me before, where I'd be feeling the emotions of people around me. And you feel it physically and mentally, and you can feel mental, right? But you have to, this is what I'm all about, is teaching you how to be in touch with your feelings and to recognize, are you operating under fear, or are you operating under the love of God in this earth and your life and your opportunity here? But we got trapped into this system that's already got a model. and it's a satanic model, and people just have to start knowing that. If they don't know it, they have to walk away. The people that are getting it, I just can't imagine the chaos in families right now, including my own, with my younger brother just dying at 53 years old. And he was my favorite little brother. I raised him until he was about 6 or 7 years old, till I ran away from home. And he was the sweetest boy. He had a heart of gold. He really did. And he was a karaoke singer. We used to do karaoke together. And then he suddenly left us. When he was at the hospital in Napa Valley, California. And my sister, she's lost everybody now. That's her only blood brother. Myself and my older brother are half to her. Her mother is gone and her father is gone. And people do the strangest things when, normal people grieve. But my sister's doing her biggest efforts on her timeline to cut me out of the picture. I've already been cut out of the picture. I haven't been in contact with them for years. But she had to put a picture up of the three of them. These things hurt me, guys. Like, I am a family-oriented person with a lot of love in me to give. I have nothing to forgive because I know what happened to them. And all it takes is them realizing what they became in listening to the word of a couple of psychopaths in our family, or as far as humanity goes, listening to the word of psychopaths in the billionaires and the politicians, and idolizing them as if they know more and they're going to give us information because they love us. And that's what, people listening, I call them the supply to the psychopaths. Like, if you sit there and listen to a psychopath drone on and on about somebody, and they'll put in a story perhaps that's partially true, but they'll insert something that'll make you hate that person forever. And that's what happened to me with my sister there. She has created a monster in me in the eyes of everybody. And that breaks my heart, yes. So all of my pain could be to do with these emotional, traumatic feelings that I have and will not deny. And, I don't judge what is going on with me. I take care of myself with comfort in the best way I can. That's it. And I don't question myself. I don't beat myself up or make myself feel bad in any way, shape, or form. That's the way people are trained to be the advice givers. Let me tell you, Cheryl, if you quit smoking, you just quit smoking. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Smoking has saved me. It's a poison blocker. Nicotine is a poison blocker. Look it up with Dr. Brian Artis. He's onto something there, because for some reason I'm surviving a lot of bad things, including a huge blood clot in my neck, a stroke, heart attacks, one thing after the other in the last few years, and I'm still here. God decides when I go, but they sure can make you suffer. They can make you pay for medicine. They can make you, grovel for help, but I won't. I'm not going there. It's up to God, and it's up to me. And even as I'm speaking these words, I can feel my body relaxing. Because that's the way we all must be, is responsible for our own actions and bodies, and be willing to happily watch your movie later, because we're all recording our movies. Our lives are recorded. All of our lives are recorded. My past lives are recorded, and I remember 4 of my past lives and this life. They're all the same emotional theme. trauma in the family, scapegoatism, grieving mother, grieving son, pedophilia, over and over and over again. Those lives were all on purpose. And my life this time is to show you that we don't carry our other old lives with us. Like, typically, we don't carry those lives, like the Jesus and Mary story, King James and Mary story, Elvis Presley and Gladys Love story, the India story. None of those stories are alive anymore. And when you're reborn, all of your old memories are wiped out. All of the story that you recorded in your imagination is up there in heaven in some library, I understand. I don't know. But it's there. And we all have a responsibility to create a new story for the next life. And that's what I have done here with my star cluster family. My grandmother, the head of us of all, the sapphire, the September baby like me. Her son, my father, and twin flame of my son, Trevor. And this story is including my mother, who was the evil witch in the story, and then died, but didn't die, and sent me all sorts of messages regarding that, including music. You Are My Sunshine, one of them. And you may think that the music is crazy and I'm just imagining things, but even if so, it's a wonderful way to cope. And I encourage anybody who, you follow what you want to believe. Don't follow what you think you should believe. Follow what you want to believe. This is because if you're going to be in fantasy, and we're all in fantasy here, you may as well follow what you want to believe. And that's what I'm doing. That I'm here to bring to light the fact that the roles can be so dramatically different. You can be like a Messiah, one life, where you're crucified. You can be a king in a council. You can be an idle star, another life. And then you can be some little sewer boy in India, another life. That's what I know. Those are 4 of my lives that I know. And I also know that we have been coming with twin flames. The people are saying this of the same spirit. They're twin flames coming in contract to reach some goal, emotional goal. And I know my emotional goal is to repair the reputation of all of the meek, all of them, the drunks, the addicts, the mental cases, the ones that were judged and scapegoated and told that they are the problem in the world, the homeless, the sick, the disabled, the problem children. That's what I wanted to do. And that's what I've done. And I feel pretty good, about my whole movie. But I've got to be honest, since my brother died the other day, I've been back into the emotional reality of what my family did to me, because I went through my life without feeling it. I just pretended everything was okay. That was my story. And then I drank or something, right? Like, I just often wanted to escape, but I didn't know why. I needed peace, but I didn't know why. And now this week, oh my gosh, I'm feeling what they did to me, like as if they're doing it to me again, And I wonder if that isn't part of this pain in my body, is that I am experience myself as if I've been stoned to death. That's how it feels. It really does. It feels like I'm being stoned. And I think the judge does that mentally. Like, have you ever been judged by somebody and you know it? You feel it around them? You just think, oh, I know you don't like me, and you don't know why. these thoughts are telepathic, and people aren't getting away with anything. If you're judging people, I'm telling you, you're going to get it all wrong. It's about acceptance of people's stories as what they are, and loving them for their story, because you don't know why my dad was a drunk and had 3 wives and 5 kids. You don't know why my son became an addict, and all of the horrible things that go with that. You don't know why. I do. And so I'm so grateful that I didn't judge my father or my son. I loved them unconditionally. And I still wanted to hang around them. In fact, they were the ones I wanted to hang around with. I'd love to go to the Legion with my dad. There is no better time than going to the Legion with my dad. The music and the dancing and the joy of laughter. It was an escape from all of the judgments that people around us, carry with them. And, trust me, people are conditioned to judge. We're always watching shows that make you judge one or the other. Pick one. You become mushy brain and you can't see anything. So I have I don't find it very easy to ask for anything from anybody. I've had to really do this on my own. And, but something came to me today and I can't get it out of my mind, so I'm going to do it anyway, as much as I feel funny about it. But my birthday is September 11th, and I was hoping that we could all imagine that through this new full blue moon, second moon of August, that people's consciousness of love will open up. And if more people, began thinking, like it's telepathic, right? Our consciousness in heart, if we're thinking with our hearts, our consciousness is telepathic. And so people can feel it when you have the emotion of love to give them. So go to your family and give them the emotion of love, just without saying a word, and see what happens. Things that are done without words are best in this time, because words are fucking us up. They've twisted the word, but they can't twist feelings. You either love them or hate them, right? One or the other. But I want you to love everybody, and especially the worst person in your world. I would like you to look at them again. But back to me, the scapegoat. I would love to have a mailbox full of birthday cards. Yes, I would. And on your birthday card to me, I would love it if you would write what your consciousness of love dream is. What is your dream? In the consciousness of love here, what is your dream? It doesn't have to be a big long story. You can if you want. I would just love to get some mail. I am very isolated. I don't have people, and I don't have supply like, to boost me up, right? Like that's what supply does, is they boost the psychopaths up. I don't have any of that, so I have to learn to ask. So I'm asking you if you will send me a birthday card to Quebec City, like not in an email. No, I want this to be personal, and you don't even have to give your whole name or anything, just a nice birthday card. And this is, I'm not going to say it, but I will show you. This is where to send it. It's my address. And, last name Thomas, I forgot that. So it's 356 Ave Giguère. And it's QC for Quebec. That's the abbreviation for Quebec in Quebec City. And postal code. It's been so long since I've had a birthday party, and I will have a birthday party with your cards, and I will talk about them online with you and what people have shared with me. And That's what I'm going to ask for, a birthday wish this year. I wish upon a little star. How does that go? I wish I may, I wish I might, I wish I might. I don't know what I was going to say, but that would be really kind. And if you also need to learn at home how to ask the loved ones close to you, right? It's another lesson, and I'm going through it and showing you. It's not easy. So ask if you need something from somebody. Tear down those walls. Tear down the walls that they have forced us to put up and to be at war with each other. We don't need that anymore, my friends. It's Nana Marie in Quebec City.